Good afternoon, traders. This is Fred here from Red Knight Trading. Hope everyone's having a good trading week this week. This afternoon, with a request of somebody who wanted to know a bit more about how to trade the power zone lines, I decided to do a USDCAD trade this afternoon, just to give him some indication of how I would trade, or how I do trade, the power zone levels. It does not really matter whether it's a 5 minute, 1 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, or whatever. The concept really is still the same. Now, if you look at the chart, I'm running a notepad as I talk. Well, in fact, I've already done it. So I'm going to talk you through this trade. I decided to take a trade. As you can see where I've drawn the line, we've come down, touched a level at the bottom, we've decided to start a new trend. It went up a bit and then it's pulled back. As you can see, I'm already 16 pips up. So what I've decided to do is show how to trade these power zones using a 4-hour chart based on a request of somebody. So what I've done, the easiest ways to trade these power zones is to trade from zone to zone. And yeah, as it says there, to conserve the recording time, I do pause occasionally throughout the video. So what I've done, I've taken this trade. I'm looking to go long. In fact, I've actually gone long. Okay, because I had a bounce at the zone, which I mentioned in the notepad earlier, and I'm looking to trade to the next zone up. All right, now the cartels, they don't just trade at any place on the chart. They do trade at specific areas, and that's what these power zones point out, highlight the areas that are more likely, where liquidity would more likely to be. All right, so here we are. I took a trade just at the second set of power zones up. As you can see, I'm already 60 pips up. All right, I'm looking to target the next power zone level just above. All right, but because I know how these cartels work, I do expect a pullback somewhere, and I do have a little bit of a trick up my sleeve to help me to detect when a pullback is likely to occur. All right, so let's just take note of what I'm typing and give you some chance to see what I'm actually typing here. As I've just said, there may be a slight pullback at this area. Now, the best times to trade these power zones is generally at specific times that I do include with a full power zone suite to my users in the Telegram group. The best opportunities to trade these power zones. I did have a USD JPY short this morning, and I was actually, believe it or not, 60 pips up on a 4-hour chart, but because I didn't keep my eye on it for doing other things throughout the day, because I'm not always in front of my screen, I gave a lot back. My silly mistake, but it's just one of them things. But nevertheless, I'm 50 pips up. Now, I've just added something, and this is what I said just a few moments ago, that I do have another indicator that will help me to assess where bounces are likely to occur. Now, bearing in mind I was 50 pips up not a few moments ago, and I'm down to 40 now. Now, this indicator helps me to determine whether I should really stay in or get out and take my profit. In this case, I decided to get out and take the profit because, based on what I was seeing, this indicator, these yellow lines here, mine is set The speed up the cartels might not sweep the whole zone in one go. Yes, that's true. They might take a break, which is basically what they're doing now. Okay, so this indicator on my chart as well is what I call the 50% discount indicator. Now I can set that to any time frame. It can be on a 5-minute time frame, whatever time frame you want, but generally I set it to the daily time frame, irrespective of what chart is on, because when I do my top down, the daily candle is basically what I'm using to get some indication of what might happen throughout the day. So I set mine to a daily candle. So if price doesn't reach the next zone in the time period that I expect, then I've got a good idea of what's probably going on in the background. As it says there, I've just added my 50% daily candle onto the chart, not part of the Powerzone suite I hasten to add. I've noticed that this current candle has stopped at one of the 50% candles, so I might take the profit for this session. Okay, I was 50 something pips up. If I wasn't recording, I probably would have taken that profit a bit earlier, but nevertheless, just explaining to you why I decided to get out at this certain point rather than wait for the current candle to hit the next zone. I've got a good indication as well, depending on what excuse me, at what time of the day it is, whether it might be the risk might be worth it to still stay in or get out. I'm based in the UK, and I could see that we were getting very close to the London close session, where the liquidity drops off a bit. So that's why I decided to close the trade and still walk away with a profit. But the overall reason for doing this is excuse me, seems like COVID's still affecting that throat, is just to highlight how to trade the power zone levels zone to zone, irrespective of what chart that you're actually on, whether it be a scalping, short term, long term, daily, weekly power zone, etc. Okay, so I do hope that does help somebody, especially the person who asked me if I could do some sort of a video just to show him, ladies are also included, how I would trade the 4-hour power zone. But as I said, it does not matter whether it's 4-hour or whatever, it's just at the 4-hour. He did ask me at the beginning of the week, but obviously the 4-hour power zones, they take a bit longer to materialize, because it's a 4-hour power zone. It takes longer for the setups to occur, naturally being. So at least I hope this will help that person and anybody else who watches this also. It's basically the same, all the power zones are the same. You're looking for momentum between each zone, zone to zone. And to start off at the beginning of each day, do what I would call what's the word I'm looking for again? I just said it not that long ago. Do what's called a top down, based on your weekly and your weekly and your daily candles. See what direction the candles are in. That will help you greatly in your trading. Okay, so thanks for watching and listening, and any questions, or if you're interested in purchasing the full Powerzone suite, we do have a special offer on at the moment, and also entrance into our Telegram group, where there's over 100 odd traders trading the power zones, all different time frames. We have 4 years of information in there, trading ideas, examples, illustrations, etc. Drop me an email, as you can see, sales@RedKnighttrading.co.uk. Happy trading, and watch out for those cartel moves, or make sure you're on the right side. Cheers.